Let's go Broncos! Behind the scenes at Dove Valley, big changes are happening, and I'm not talking rumors or speculation. I'm talking concrete changes that could completely alter the course of the Broncos season. Key players are returning at the perfect time, high-level statistics are supporting a rookie quarterback who is exceeding all expectations, and Coach Sean Payton may finally be silencing all the critics who ever doubted him. What I've discovered here could be the moment we look back and say, that's when everything changed. So, before we dive into all of this, click the like button right now if you're a Broncos fan who's followed the ups and downs, and leave a comment saying, "Go Broncos! We believe in Bo!" Because this could be the most exciting time to be a Denver fan in over a decade. Now, let me tell you exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Now let's get into it, because this news is massive. First off, the Broncos are getting healthier while other teams around the league are falling apart. As you probably saw on Monday Night Football, Justin Herbert got sacked 8 times, with the Chargers' offensive line in shambles. Meanwhile, in Denver, we're not just avoiding major injuries, we're getting key guys back. And not just one, but 3 huge names are returning to action: DJ Jones, Nate Atkins, and Ben Powers. Let's break this down. Starting with DJ Jones, this is a game changer. The guy is an absolute force on the interior defensive line and a crucial piece to stopping the run. This is especially important because the Broncos are facing off against a running back who has tormented them for years, Josh Jacobs. Jacobs has played the Broncos 8 times and has racked up nearly 1,000 rushing yards in those matchups. He's been a nightmare. But with DJ Jones back in the lineup, that could finally change. The 49ers wanted him badly, but Sean Payton made it clear, DJ is staying in Denver. That says everything about how much this coaching staff values him and what kind of impact he's expected to have. This is about flipping the script on a rivalry that has been one-sided for far too long. Then there's Nate Atkins. Now, you might not hear his name a lot on highlight reels, but don't let that fool you. This guy is critical to what Sean Payton wants to do. Remember that huge run by Michael Prentice that had Bo Nix doing the mind-blown gesture? That doesn't happen without Atkins. He's the definition of a Swiss Army knife. His college coach at South Carolina once said he'd take a roster full of Nate Atkins if he could. He's everywhere: special teams, blocking, catching, running routes, and he does it all at a high level. Sean Payton practically got emotional talking about him earlier this season when he was injured, calling him one of the few players he was genuinely upset to lose. That tells you everything. Atkins is a coach's dream: smart, physical, consistent, and versatile. His return brings back a key puzzle piece to this offense's identity. And then, Ben Powers. This is a big one. Bo Nix has already been one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league, and he's been doing that with the 4th option at left guard. Just think about that. Going into the season, Ben Powers was option number 1. When he went down, the Broncos had to dig deep. Quentin Maters stepped up, then Matt Pert, and finally Paltrow. All of them have done well, but now the anchor is back. Powers was one of the first signings Sean Payton made when he took over. He wanted to fix the offensive line, and he knew Ben Powers was the guy to help do it. His intelligence, physicality, and scheme versatility make him a perfect fit. His 21-day return window is opened, and while it's not certain he'll suit up against the Packers, all signs point to a December return, and Sean Payton has been right on those timelines so far, even when the national media doubted him. So with DJ Jones back to clog the middle, Nate Atkins ready to contribute everywhere, and Ben Powers reinforcing the offensive line, this Broncos team is getting back to full strength at exactly the right time. But there's more. Sean Payton talked in his press conference about how the home field advantage in Denver isn't just hype, it's real. Mile High Stadium has been electric, especially during that massive win over the Chiefs. Payton said he expects that energy from here on out, and he's not just talking about crowd noise during the snap. He wants fans making noise when Jordan Love is in the huddle. That kind of atmosphere can rattle even experienced quarterbacks, and Jordan Love still has a lot to prove. And defensively, Payton has a plan. He's not falling into the trap that other teams have when facing Jordan Love. Love thrives against man coverage, his EPA skyrockets, his success rate jumps, and he throws a ton of touchdowns. But against zone, he struggles. The Broncos have a strong secondary, Patrick Surtain II, Riley Moss, and the rest of that unit can lock guys up. But the smart play here is zone. Force Love to do what he's least comfortable with, and make him beat you that way. Combine that with a reinforced run defense thanks to DJ Jones, and you've got the formula to shut Green Bay down. But here's where it gets spicy. Despite all this, the Broncos are still being doubted. They're 2.5-point underdogs at home. Bo Nix and Sean Payton both gave the standard, humble answers when asked about being underdogs, but you can tell this team feels disrespected. They've won 10 straight games, taken down top teams like Philly, Dallas, and the Chiefs, and they're still not getting credit. Sean Payton's keeping receipts. And Bo Nix? He just smiles and says, "My mom thinks we're gonna win, and that's all that matters." And by the way, can we stop with the Bo Nix is just a check down guy narrative? The advanced analytics say otherwise. In expected passing situations, think 3rd and long, Bo is a top 10 quarterback in the league. And when he's forced to throw more than 40 times in a game, his winning percentage is among the best, second only to Patrick Mahomes. He's outperforming guys like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert in high-pressure passing situations. That's not just good, it's elite. Because if this is the most dangerous version of the Denver Broncos in years, then the rest of the league better start paying attention, and fast. We're talking about a team that has already survived the toughest stretch of the season, navigated injuries like pros, and still managed to win 10 straight games. And now, they're getting key reinforcements back right in time for the playoff push. It's the kind of momentum that championship teams build around. Let's talk about Sean Payton for a second, because what he's orchestrating here is nothing short of masterful. Remember the criticism when he took over? The national media laughed off his vision, mocked his trust in Bo Nix, and doubted whether Denver had the pieces to compete. Fast forward to today, and every one of those doubts is being systematically crushed. Sean Payton said Ben Powers would be back in December. Here we are. He said DJ Jones would be a cornerstone on defense. Check. He said Bo Nix would be the guy, and Nix is now putting up elite metrics in pressure situations that rival the very best in the league. Payton's not just talking the talk, he's walking it every single week. And let's go back to this Packers game, because it's more than just another regular season matchup. This is the Broncos' chance to show the nation exactly who they are. It's a nationally televised game, all eyes on Denver, and the timing couldn't be better. You've got a Packers team that's already been rattled by this same Broncos organization 2 years ago in joint practices. Matt LaFleur hasn't forgotten that. He was asked earlier this week how they plan to stop Denver's pass rush, and his response was telling. That's a great question, and nobody has figured out the answer to it yet. That's not confidence, that's concern. Now you're bringing that version of the Broncos back home, to the altitude of Mile High Stadium, with a fan base that's been starving for playoff football for nearly a decade. Sean Payton made it clear, he wants noise from the very first whistle. Not just when Jordan Love is calling for the snap, but when he's in the huddle. That kind of psychological pressure, combined with the physical intensity Denver brings on defense, can absolutely crush a young quarterback like Love who thrives on rhythm. Disrupt the rhythm, force him into zone reads he struggles with, and let the crowd do the rest. That's how you win this game. And let's not overlook the improvements on the offensive side of the ball. The Broncos have cleaned up their penalties in a big way over the last few weeks. No more false starts. No more costly holding calls that put Bo Nix in 2nd and 20 situations. That discipline has helped Nix operate with more freedom and confidence, and we're seeing that in the efficiency of this offense. When you give a quarterback like Bo the structure to thrive, especially with Atkins helping in pass protection and route running, and Powers locking down the interior, it's a completely different offense. This isn't just about talent, it's about execution. And Denver is executing like a playoff team. Let's also take a moment to acknowledge just how good Bo Nix has been under pressure. These aren't empty stats. We're talking real, situational football. Third downs, long distances, moments when you have to have it, and he's delivering. The numbers speak for themselves. Top 3 in first downs or touchdowns on third down. A 5-2 record in games where he throws more than 40 passes. Elite performance in expected passing situations. These aren't flukes. This is a quarterback who understands the moment, thrives in it, and elevates the team around him. And he's doing all of this while surrounded by a roster that was still carrying the financial weight of the Russell Wilson era. Imagine what happens when Denver can finally spend again, when they can use cap space to bring in more weapons, reinforce depth, and build the kind of roster Sean Payton truly wants around Nix. If Bo is already doing this much with what he has now, just wait until the Broncos reload in the offseason. We're witnessing the early stages of something very real. So with all of that said, the Broncos are 11-2. They're rolling. They're getting healthier. And they're about to step into a home game that could send a statement to the rest of the NFL. Are you ready for that? Do you believe this team can make a legitimate run all the way to the Super Bowl? Can Bo Nix silence the doubters once and for all on national television? Let me know in the comments what you think, because Broncos country, it's starting to feel real. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe,